It's now time for the One Race Challenge. Welcome to the Pitwall, your stop for fantasy Formula One content. You can like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm J Jack. Let's see how we did at the French Grand Prix. Let's go. Let's start off with our seasonal standings across the globe. Our One Race Challenge for Pitwall Bahrain, the very beginning of the season, 161 teams. Second in the globe. You guys are doing awesome. Keep up the good work. None of our One Race Challenges in the last few weeks have made it into the standings for the races, but we'll at least see how it went for France. We look like the average points was 154. So if you were getting between 140 and 150, you were doing exceptional at France, which brings me to my lineups. My team one, which is what I've been inserting into my One Race Challenges, has been 123 points. Here's the problem. I should have been submitting team two with 161, but how did I know that Leclerc was going to give me so many bad problems? But as you can see, the big difference for these two teams is having Alonso on team two and having Sainz. Having those two support drivers was going to be much stronger than Schumacher and Magnussen. And Albon actually got a decent haul of points. But this is all because of that budget. Because Ferrari is cheaper than Red Bull, I was able to try to pick up Verstappen. And while Verstappen gets good points, he doesn't give me a good supporting cast. And you have to remember that my team one has 108.2 million and team two 107.6, and because of all the crazy sentiment and hacker man and all that, team two has been edging closer and closer, and so maybe I need to start submitting team two. Brings us now to our France One Race Challenge. All these zeros must have joined after the fact, and here we go. Our gold position, Johannen F. from the United States. Congratulations. 178 points. You had your Red Bull. Bottas, had a difficult time, but you had him over Magnussen. You had Alonso, Schumacher, Perez, you turbo driver because you had to, because that was the only guy under 20 million. And then we've got Russell. That was the big money right there. We see that he's consistent in having that good solid lineup. 1 point behind, getting our silver, Peter 78. Well, he did a different approach. He had Ferrari, he turboed Sainz, good job. Actually, he removed Leclerc, and he had Verstappen, he had Albon, he had Alonso, and then, of course, the negative points with Magnussen. But 1 point difference with a very different lineup. Good job. Rounding out our podium is Stuart G. Now, I see there's two from Stuart G. I want to let you guys know, only one submission. Stuart G, it looks like you've got three teams. I don't know how you'd be doing that. Maybe it's three different accounts. For the fairness of everyone, I'd like for you to only submit one team at a time, because how am I supposed to know which one is going where? Well, you rounded out with your bronze, 168 points. Ferrari, Guan Yu Zhou, Schumacher, Perez, Verstappen, Alonso. He goes the Ferrari constructor, but the Red Bull route on the team. That's a very good way to split your numbers. And because of Stuart G's performance, he has slid up on the One Race Challenge leaderboard, whereas our gold and our silver are first time on there. But before we get there, let's get to our Meme Team Award. Haas plan. Man, it was so good that the Haas's got two races in a row. Actually, if we were to look at over at the spreadsheet, outside of the big three, no other team has been able to get their race streak for a constructor. And Haas was going to be the first one. But of course, there was some difficulties. Magnussen taking his new engine components back of the grid. Almost got into the points. But then he had a DNF. And then Schumacher should have been able to get up to Q3, but he got knocked out in Q1 because of a track limits violation. And then because of the safety car and everything that happened, the drivers had to get their tire strategy out of the optimal time. And of course, the rest is history. They were bottom of the barrel. But that is our Meme Team Reward. Let's kick it over to our spreadsheet to see how the standings are at this time. Looking at the averages, we have to get a bronze, 103.8 million budget, 225 points. For silver, an average of 103.2, 234. And for gold, 104.5, 245 points. These are of those smallest values because some people can tie and you have higher budgets, but these are the averages of the top lowest value. And look at that. With under 105 million, you could be getting really solid points above 200 points per race. And then the ORC Elite, 261 points with under a budget of 100 million. Actually, let me share with you our ORC Elite, the best lineup you could have had at the French Grand Prix with $100 million or less in your team budget. You would have had Verstappen, you would have Turbo Sainz, you would have had Alonso, Albon, Schumacher, and Ferrari getting 192 points. And look at that. Because of his performance, that Braun Stewart G is able to get up P1 in the standings. He's edged out Keskor by 1 championship point. Now, I'm going to say it again, okay? For all you, the purpose of the one race challenge is to submit one team, okay? So I'm going to call you out here, Stuart. I just saw on there that you had 3 different teams, maybe 3 different accounts, but you all had Stuart. So how am I supposed to know the guys who got on the podium were all from the same account, from the one team? So please, in the future, just submit one team. Keep it fair for everyone else. We want this to be as enjoyable of an experience so that anybody can win at any time. But congratulations, going from 3rd now to 1st place, 1 point separation. And you've got all the top 10. Getting closer, getting closer. It's that opportunity to get on the one race challenge. Speaking of the one race challenge, if you would like to join our one race challenge for Hungary, link in the description, code on the screen as well in the description. Once I get 10 people to join our one race challenge, boom, I'll be able to update with custom cool graphics. And if we can get up to 50 like we have in the past, then we can be entering the large leagues and see how we can do week to week. This is your one chance, your one opportunity, one team to be on our one race challenge leaderboard. The championship fight is continuing. And don't forget, one team, and we take base points. So if you use a mega driver, we take the base points of that driver, just so it's fair from week to week. But because of all the coolness, I love all of you that have been participating. I'm looking forward to all of you who will participate. And there we have it, our one race challenge report. And now, get ready for our champions theme. And until next time, we'll see you on the pit wall.